What will Fred do to make Manchester United better this season? Fred was brought in from Shakhtar Donetsk early in the transfer window by Manchester United. He ended up being the only potential first-team acquisition at the club. He arrives after winning back-to-back titles in Ukraine's top league, and was an instrumental player for Shakhtar throughout last season. Fred was an unused player in Brazil's World Cup squad. Hence United fans missed a chance to see him in action at the top level, and are eagerly waiting to see what he can offer the club. Having joined up with the squad at the tail end of pre-season, Fred is poised to start United's first game against Leicester in the absence of injured Matic and returning Pogba. Here are the 5 ways Fred will help Man United be a better team this season. Number 1. Tightening up the defense. Fred played as part of a midfield pivot primarily on the right for Shakhtar last season. He will be expected to perform the same duties playing as part of a midfield trio with Matic and Pogba, with Pogba possibly playing in the hole behind the striker at times. While United already has Matic as a midfield enforcer, Fred is much more agile and an active presser of the ball. The Brazilian has great stamina, which allows him to actively press the opposition for large periods of the game. He is also not short on getting a good tackle and when required. This means Man United while defending will have a ball winner in Matic, whereas Fred will work on closing the spaces and chasing the ball. With the addition of Pogba, the midfield trio will work to minimize the already sparse attacking chances that United allow on goal under Mourinho. Number 2. Playing from the back. Possession-based gameplay is not one of Mourinho's primary qualities. His teams are set up for soaking pressure and going on swift counter-attacks. But against weaker sides, and to slow the game down, effective possession game in midfield is necessary. The most vital aspect in this regard is the link between defense and midfield. Fred likes to drop deep to get the ball, and has the technical efficiency to play passes from the back. His assurance on the ball and pass accuracy allows him to take the ball from defense under pressure, and distribute it further up the field. This link had been missing from Man United's game the last couple of seasons. Matic usually was the only player deep in midfield, and was at times isolated. Fred's positioning will help remedy this. Number 3. Bring some much-needed vibrancy in attack. Brazilian players are known for their flair, and Fred has that in abundance. His skill on the ball is expected to mesmerize many in the coming season. Man United's play at times last year looked dull and devoid of ideas. Fred can turn that around and be a much-needed spark in midfield. If given the license to roam further up the field, the Brazilian can unlock defenses with his forward passing. Also a good ball carrier, Fred can perhaps take a bit of the burden of assists from Pogba, also chipping in a rare goal or two at times. This could be significant in making Pogba perform better this season. Jose Mourinho has himself stated that, a team without a Brazilian isn't a team. Fred might just prove that point. Number 4. Finally free Pogba. Free Pogba was a term extensively used last season upon the signing of Matic. Handling the defensive side of things, the Serbian was expected to allow Pogba a great deal more creative license. It didn't quite click between them though, and with Moreno resorting to a two-man midfield for most of the season, Pogba's performances did not come on a consistent enough basis. This year, at the risk of repetition, we expect Pogba to finally have the freedom he desires. His best moments in Juventus came when he played as part of a three-man midfield. This was also the case at the World Cup when his partnership with Kant and Matuidi allowed him to play his natural game. Fred will give that midfield freedom to Pogba, while also taking away a bit of pressure from the Frenchman as the lone creative influence in the side. Heads up. This might just be Pogba's season. Number 5. Bring depth to the midfield. Manchester United were at times extremely thin-stretched in midfield last term, especially when Pogba and Fellaini were out with injuries. Young Scott McTominay had to be brought in from the youth ranks to solve the lack of options. This also meant that Matic was heavily relied upon by Moreno throughout the season. Any injury like the one he currently has would have put United in serious jeopardy. Fred is able to fill in for Matic, and he will have to do just that for the start of this season. United have now got a plethora of central midfield options, and the position for some time looks to be settled.